Court is calling 2022 CR 7679, State of Texas versus Valerie Ann Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Scott Hill.
And are you Ms. Castillo?
No.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
As far as I know, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There is a $1,500 fine to be probated, and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State.
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State any evidence.
Yes, Judge, States Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objections.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, she's motivated to do well. I just asked the court to follow the plea bargain.
Ms. Castillo, do you have any children?
Not with me, but yes.
What are their ages?
The oldest 23, not 5, 19,
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. You need to speak up.
from 13 to 23. I have 5.
From 13 to 23? And where are they?
They're, well, the youngest one is, I don't know, because like they adopted him when I was incarcerated.
Okay. All right, where are you living? Who?
I had spoke to, I mean, on my own, my husband.
All right, are there children in the household? If you're drug tested today, and before you answer, know that you're going to get drug tested today. I'm trying to figure out what conditions to give you so that you can be successful. So I need you to be honest with me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're drugged today, what are the results going to be?
I'm positive, but as soon as I start publishing, I'm not gonna.
No. I mean, just, here's the thing, where we are in life changes. So today, you have a felony, you're gonna have a felony conviction. But when I see you, hopefully 6 months from now, you'll be a person who's improving, right? I don't expect people when they're placed on probation the day of to be perfect, because if you were perfect, you wouldn't be here on probation. So what are you going to be positive for?
Um,
All right. So how often are you using meth?
last time I used it with Dave.
Okay. So how often do you use?
Throughout the day.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Throughout the day. I don't know how to explain it.
All right. So, and does your husband use?
Well, he does sometimes, but not like, I mean, I told him to not, if he's gonna be to my side, not to be like
Okay. But
pressure.
see, here's where I'm coming from, and I want you to understand me. Everybody goes through this life's journey. You may have people who are supporting you, like the cheerleaders in your life, you know, rah, rah. They're supporting you. They're your publicists. They want you to do well. But sometimes there are people who are along for the ride. People who, when you have an idea, even though it's a horrible idea that's going to get you in trouble, they're like, yeah, let's do that. So you're in a situation with your husband where he's not a good influence. And he's not a good influence because he's using it as well. I have no jurisdiction over him to get help. What's his name? Caesar what?
Oriana.
I'm white.
Oriana.
What did she say?
Oriana.
Caesar Oriana.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I graduated and
So what are you planning on doing with your life as far as your life stream?
I was, I was looking into, was it both, I mean, college, cosmetology.
Okay. Well, I don't want to burst anyone's dream, but I will tell you, anything that requires you to have a license, they do a background check. And even if you have cases that you have somebody seal them, they're allowed to see what those seal cases are. So I don't know if your cosmetology career is over based upon this plea or not. But before you start spending a lot of money to seek to do that, you probably should do some investigation into that, okay? All right, are you currently employed?
I'm self-employed.
Doing what?
Cleaning houses and yard, and putting yards, cleaning yards.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facilities, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine, probated. 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours be waived if you provide the proof of the COVID testing, the COVID vaccination with booster. Court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do, then 40 of those hours will be waived. There's to be parenting classes. Once you complete those classes, then the remaining of the hours will be waived. And I'm going to want triple T parenting for her. There's to be regular reporting in person or by Zoom. There is to be the UA hotline until further notice. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation, and we'll start her with intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to want sober meetings, and I'm going to want 90 meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. You're going to be allowed to reside with your husband for 2 months. That's it. Then you're going to have to stay somewhere else because he's not going to help you with your probation. If he's using meth, then you're going to end up using. Sort of like me on my diet. If somebody's eating a mac rib and I say I'm not going to have a mac rib, and they, Stephanie, here, have a mac rib. They're good today. I'm going to have a mac rib. Because at the end of the day, if you hang around the barber shop, you know what's going to end up happening, whether you intend to or not, whether you have hair or not, you're going to get a haircut, you're going to get a trim. Somebody's going to say, let me just, put a little razor here or there. So you're only allowed to reside with him for 2 more months. Then after that, you're not allowed to reside with him. And if your husband decides to go into treatment and get on the path of sobriety, I'll reconsider that. And I'm doing that to help you. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from me in order to be successful?
No.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. You have 5 children and you haven't been raising them. You still have a chance, get your life in order, and maybe at some point in time, you can be in their life as a positive influence, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2022 CR 7679, State of Texas versus Valerie Ann Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Alfonso Otero on behalf of Ms. Castillo. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Are you Valerie Ann Castillo?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Valerie Ann Castillo who was placed on community supervision in cause number 2022 CR 7679 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group one, less than 1 gram on October 25th, 2022 for a term of 2 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 4, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Valerie Ann Castillo did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2022 and January 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 18, on or about the 15th day of February 2023 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Valerie Ann Castillo did then and there fail to complete the Bear County CSCD's intensive outpatient treatment program in violation of condition 18.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
We'll waive all the remaining violations.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 4 and 18, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 4 and 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violations 4 and 18 true. Is there an agreement?
No, Your Honor, there's not.
State, what are you requesting?
We're asking that she be sent to safety. Judge, that's just based on the fact that she was placed on this probation at the end of October 2022, and she last reported November of 2022. So I think the supervision and the structure of safety would be beneficial.
Defense, what are you asking for?
Judge, I spoke to the defendant. The defendant is willing and asking me to request from the court that she be placed on the outpatient treatment. She has explained to me the reasons that she has failed to comply with terms of probation. And in a nutshell, it's a lot of economical hardship. She lost her home, phone, and could not get to report and do what she was supposed to do on probation, Judge. And she has been attending eight meetings while in jail. She's got a package of things that she's willing to do. That includes some sort of guidance with some organizations outside the jail to help her get through anything that she needs to do, and that's what she's asking for, Judge.
All right, Ms. Castillo, in this courtroom, I always tell people that if there's an issue, you can talk to probation. If you feel as though probation is not being responsive, all you have to do is come to the court. You did neither. You have a choice. You can either go to the state jail facility for 2 years, or either you can go to inpatient treatment. I'll refer you to safety and also refer you to felony drug court, and you will be in either of those programs. Which would you prefer?
The safety.
All right. Court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include a referral to Safe P and a referral to felony drug court. That's to take place while in custody. All right, and I'll extend you. Let me see, how long have you been on probation? Okay, I'll extend you for 2 years. All right, good luck to you. And again, listen to me carefully. If there is an issue, talk to probation, talk to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes. These are the last 2 cases.